Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We're here with war number 3 of season 48. And sometimes there's wars you just want to forget. You want to get the war over with and get the video out and never think about the war again, and that's this war. Why? Because I'm going to make two insanely stupid mistakes on what I would probably argue should have been the two easiest fights of my war. I have 8 fights today. I have the same team as last war, Gambit, Hood, and Mole Man. Except here we're against New Nation, and the second that we matched them, we know the war was over. It didn't matter what we did, we were losing the war. They are a team, or they are an alliance that is gonna pretty much any season that they desire to be at least a contender for the top 5. An easy lock in, or sorry, top 3 I meant, an easy lock in the top 10, and very rarely will they fall into the 11 to 12 range. Whereas we are an alliance that most seasons is in the 11 to 20 range. If we have a good season, we'll sometimes end in the top 10. And yeah, we know the war was over, but I did want to not die in my fights. That would be nice. Of course, I'm trying to have a good season with this new global. And we're starting off here with Path 4, Section 1, and we have Wong. And this one's going to be an interesting one. So, we here today have Gambit, and essentially, if I get to SP3, this fight's over. I'm going to pause it. I'm in this scenario right here. This parry does not get me to SP3. What an intelligent person does in this scenario is they hit Wong with a medium, they dash back, and then they charge heavy and cancel it into an SP3. Right? And at that point, the fight's over. Wong is stun locked to death. What do you think I'm going to do here? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to charge a heavy attack. He's going to go unstoppable. And then despite my invulnerability boost, he's going to melt me in 5 hits. Through my invuln. Yeah. If you guessed that, you're correct. That is what was going to happen next. And a literal diversity defender, terrible defender Wong, one-shots me through an invuln boost with a max rank, or sorry, a max boosted R5. Now, if this Gambit was rank 3 or rank 5 ascended, I would have survived that, and then I could have thrown the SP3, he would have been dead. But mine is not ascended, and this is not a rank 3 7-star, this is a rank 5 6-star unascended. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I did not know the reason that Wong went unstoppable other than when he charged heavy. I knew he went unstoppable when he charged heavy. I learned after this fight that when he has his blue spell up and you trigger a buff, he goes unstoppable. I didn't know that. Maybe I should have. But to be fair, I've literally never been in a scenario where that has triggered before. Ever. Like, not a single time in the history of MCOC for me as a player, facing Wong anywhere in the game, has that unstoppable ever triggered. Not once. So I didn't know. I didn't know. And yeah. I died. Now, to be fair, I got hit one time. I got hit one time with an invulnerability boost, and I still died. But let's get off of that fight. We have this Sersi here. This fight's not going to go that great. I mean, like, it's not going to go terribly. I just feel like could have been executed a little bit better. I'm also going to get really bad RNG with my parries landing. It's supposed to be 15% reduced ability accuracy per debuff you have on you, but I'm going to be missing parries when I have like 1 debuff later in this fight, which is a little bit annoying. But basically, if I get to 20-ish hexes, I should be fine. He should be, or she should die from that. But I'm having trouble keeping the indestructible charges off of her right now. She's been indestructible for most of the fight, and the hexes I had expired. And I don't want to throw my SP2 yet, but I kind of have to because I'm almost at an SP3. I don't even have Mystic Power Back boosts on. This is all from MD3 and Hood's personal power steal. So there I go for the heavy. I did check to see if the parry stun landed, like if it worked before I threw my heavy, or else I would have eaten a special attack to the face. But this fight right here, I'm not joking. This should have been literally the easiest fight of my war. This is Skrull. Return policy does not matter when you're Hood because, yeah, they're going to get a bunch of power, but then you just power steal it with the bullets. Except I've already made a huge mistake. I was supposed to SP1 boost for this fight. Like, I wasn't instructed to do so, but I know I should have done it. Like, when I saw this fight, I'm like, oh, I'll just use an SP1 boost with Hood and I'll be fine. Except 5 hits in, he is at an SP1, almost at an SP2 already. And then right here, I forgot that Super Skrull's SP1, the second hit can't miss. I forgot that. Because I know Super Skrull counters miss in other ways, but I didn't know, or sorry, I did know that the second hit of his SP1 can't miss. I just forgot it. And with Hood having invisibility up, I just kind of instinctively stood there. But we're not really in a good situation right here. Okay, right here, there is opportunity for me to save the fight. What I have to do is I have to, 1, activate my invisibility, 2, let him charge at me, hit him once to remove the falter, wait for the falter to go away, bait another heavy, medium into an SP2. And that will put me back to an SP2. And then all I have to do, he won't have his miss counter anymore. It'll be gone because it can be nullified. All I would have to do was be intercept with another SP2, hold my block, heavy him, he's dead. That's what I have to do. Instead, I see the falter on him and I panic. And I say, oh, I have to get rid of this falter right away. It's so important to get rid of it. And I walk into an SP2. And I just take the whole thing right to my face. Now, to be fair, this node has prowess on it, and with a rank 5 ascended Skrull with a bunch of Furies, that SP2 probably would have killed me even through the block. But if I just used an SP1 boost, like an intelligent human, that's a very soloable fight. Very, very easily soloable. Not even a hard fight. Genuinely not a hard fight at all. So on the second try, I use an SP1 boost, and it's literally the easiest fight of all time. Like, you'll see how smooth and effortless this fight is on the cleanup. And literally the only difference is that I didn't use an SP1 boost the first time. Oh, I feel so stupid when I do stuff like this. Like, there's no reason. There's actually no reason that I should be making mistakes this colossally stupid. And yet I do. And I can't explain it. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to remove the indestructible. He's not really letting me, so he's building up a bunch of charges. There, I need to throw SP2. I do throw it just in time. All I have to do here... Oh, I was going to say I just have to remove the falter, but my ability accuracy reduction did that for me. And then here, I heavy and he's dead. 100% health finish. Literally the only difference was the SP1 boost. And that would have been a solo. And I don't, it's just stupid. It's just stupid when you make a mistake like that. You're like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I do know better. I literally know better, and I still don't do it. Here, I would actually argue that Wong crossfight helped, because in this fight you need to push Agent Venom to his SP2, and because if you block hits of his SP1, he gains prowess, and then future special attacks are fully unblockable, which you don't want. Now, if he were to do that, it would really only be the hits of the SP1 that did damage, because I would heal from any potential bleeds inflicted. Still. So at this point, the fight's over. I literally just need to get a couple prowess on myself, charge the heavy, and he's dead. Here, I'm going to get a couple prowess, waiting for him to charge his own heavy attack, because that will allow me to charge my heavy attack into the air and go straight into my SP3. And we do that, and yeah, he's dead. This was a very easy fight. And Gambit was probably just the best option I had. Now, when I was looking at this path, path 6 in section 2, I had envisioned myself taking path 5 section 1. They ended up putting me on path 4 instead, but I kind of designed this team around being on path 5, and had I put more thought into it, like, it's 100% my fault. Had I put more thought into it, it just would have been very, very easy. I would have just brought a different team. Brought probably Titania, I would have brought for that Wong, and then I would have just sucked it up and used Hood against Agent Venom, which is so doable. It's completely doable. Nothing wrong with that matchup. But now that all the easy fights are done and I've died twice, we're going to get into the hard fights, which I am literally going to solo them all without making any mistakes in any fights and end with full health in every fight. How does that make sense? I don't know. I can't explain it. Because sometimes you just play like a god on the hard fights and you just suck so bad on the easy fights. And that was me this war. Dying twice to literal diversity nodes. And then soloing all my hardest fights. Yeah, so this is a rank 3 Maestro on node. I want to say this is node 36 or 30, 42, 41. This is 37. This is node 37. Very easy fight. Not a good place for Maestro, but that's probably only because Hood counters Maestro so hard here. I have way more bullets than I need. I could have stopped at like 23 probably, and it would have killed. I threw an extra SP2 because I have Mole Men on the team, so I was not worried at all about running out of bullets. But here we have this Black Panther Civil War, and the thing I said earlier about not making any mistakes, I do actually make one mistake in this fight, but it's not getting hit. At one point in this fight, I'm going to charge heavy and detonate my hexes while protection is up, because I just didn't notice it had come back. I just wasn't paying attention. So that's a small mistake. You can always parry at the start of the fight against Black Panther Civil War, because he doesn't start with any of his stun reflecting armor ups. But after this point, I can't parry, so I'm going to activate my miss. SP2, just throw some SP2s. Here I have to intercept with the SP2, but he was dashing back a bunch. Another SP2. And here, I really think that... Sorry. I think that right there, if I just held my block and heavied, I think that probably would have killed him. I don't know. It would have been close. If it didn't kill him, he would have been left under 10% for sure. But I got a power steal on my medium that I was not anticipating that sent me to my SP3. So what was supposed to be an SP2 that removed the protection, and then I heavied right after, which would have been overkill, would have easily killed him. Instead, I'm going to be an idiot. And right here, like literally, all I have to do in this scenario, I'm less than a combo away from an SP2, if I just intercept there with an SP2, go like medium, light, medium into SP2, remove the protection, and then heavy him, he's dead, right? Now, it doesn't end up mattering. This is a very easy fight, and I am going to solo it with full health. But, I don't know. Sometimes these small mistakes, they really just bug you, and they're all you think about. I think I charge heavy here. No? Oh, because the protection was coming back. I just wanted to be safe. So at this point, all I need to do is remove the indestructible. Yeah, and then there I still had my invisibility up, so I was able to charge a heavy because before my heavy lands, he can only have one hit off, and at that point, my miss percentage chance, like my chance to miss a hit was 100%, and it doesn't go down to 80% until the third hit. But I don't know, I'm still bummed about those 2 deaths earlier because I did actually genuinely think that with being able to use Gambit and Hood for this season, I could put up a good season, and it's still possible. I mean, if I die like under 5 times, I'd say that's a decent season considering the last 2 have been not good at all. But here we have Adam Warlock. And this is on node 47. And because of that mistake that I made against Black Panther Civil War, I lost bullets. So I decided to start off the fight here with 3 heavy attacks just to gain back 9 bullets. I ended up not needing those 9 bullets. That was actually stupid and pointless. But had I not been able to cycle my bullets like I did in this fight, it could have potentially been needed. I don't know. So there, unfortunately, big dumb idiot Sam gets to his SP3 again with Hood. There, it was actually safe to charge in because even if he threw the SP2, like, what's it gonna do, right? I have 100% chance to miss hits. Here, I'm gonna block the SP1. I did try to well-time block that first hit, but I have never practiced the timing, so I'm not surprised at all that I missed it. Here, all I have to do is hit him a couple times, and then now I just am trying to weave in a heavy attack there, so I'm going to go medium into striker into heavy, and that's way overkill. I don't remember what rank this Adam was, but if it was a rank 2 or rank 3, it probably just doesn't make a difference. Here, I'm going to skip this quickly. I decided to drop my Mystic Dispersion down to level 2. I normally do level 3 against Gorr, but I had power back boosts on, and I didn't really feel like burning another class of power back boosts just to disable my Mystic boosts. So I decided to put my MD down to 2 instead of down to 3, and that actually was the right call because there are points in this fight where my SP2 gets me so close to an SP3 that if I was running even 1 level higher in Mystic Dispersion, I would have been at my SP3. And in a fight like this, where if you inflict any debuff, they purify it and gain a lot of power, and it's Gorr, that could have been extremely dangerous. So here, we're just trying to cycle the SP2 at this point. I'm not caring at all about the Indestructible. I'm just letting the Indestructibles build up. There, I was trying to hit into his block. He throws the SP1, which is, like, honestly great, because it means I don't have to bait an SP1 otherwise. And at this point, all I need to do is throw an SP2 and heavy him, and he's dead. Oh, never mind. I guess I decided to push to an SP2. He does throw an SP1, but he has no buffs, so what's it even do? Doesn't do anything. Baiting a heavy here. Okay, now I'm going to go for the kill. I'm going to go SP2 and then heavy charge here. Right. Yeah, and that's easy. That easily kills. That's a rank 3 Gorr. But I don't know. I just feel like a big dum-dum after this war. It's just a really bad feeling when you die to the easy fights and then you solo the hard fights. I don't know why. It just feels bad because you're like, in the fights that were difficult and challenging, I actually played as well as I know I can play in every single fight. And then on the fights that literally should be effortless, I just feel like I and I shouldn't even have a second thought about them, I just do stupid things and die. And both deaths were 100% my fault for me being an idiot. But, I mean, to be fair, it couldn't have happened in a better war. At the time that I started my fights, the war was way lost. We were losing 9-2, and they already had more exploration. Like, the war was over. It was way over. Still doesn't feel great, but I don't feel like I'm letting my team down when I die in a situation like this. And when I die in a bad situation that either blunders a lead or breaks a tie or something like that, I do feel bad, and I'm kind of like upset about it for the rest of the day. Don't really feel that way about this one, just because, you know, it's already a dead lost war. And you know what? If we miss Masters by 2 attack bonus, then I'll feel bad about it. But until then, I won't feel bad about it. All I can do is just try to be better and try to avoid these silly, easily avoidable mistakes in the future. So, no surprise to anyone here, we lost this war. This war was decided the second we matched them. We saw them and we knew our record was now 1-1. As for my death total this season, it jumps from 0 to 2 in one war. And my PSR this season is now 13 out of 15, or 87%. If I could get above 95, that would probably be good. I assume I'll be assigned about 80 fights this season, so that's 5 deaths. I would be happy if I finish this season with that, because then next season I can go off of that and do better, right? So that's the goal. My Deathless streak is 5 fights because I had 8 fights this war. I died in my first and third, and then the 5 fights after that were Agent Venom, Maestro, Black Panther, Adam, Warlock, and Gorr. So my Deathless streak is up to 5 fights. And I hope you guys enjoy watching me die, because I'm not some perfect player, and I have never claimed to be, and I make stupid, silly mistakes, and I kind of think it's a little funny sometimes. Sometimes it's a little funny. And I think that deaths like this, all you can really do is laugh and facepalm. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I hope you can I hope you can do that along with me. All right, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everyone.